Moving to West Asia, public frustration is mounting over failure in securing a ceasefire deal in Gaza as Israelis spend another Saturday demanding the return of hostages. The weekly protests appear to have intensified. Thousands of protesters gathered in central Tel Aviv, calling on Netanyahu's government to secure the release of hostages who are still held in Gaza after 11 months. Demonstrators held signs that read Netanyahu versus the people, and the families of the hostages addressed the rally. Their chants were yet another attempt to remind the Israeli government that there is nothing more important and every hostage must be brought back. Israel has witnessed a massive protest, especially in the past 2 weeks, after the bodies of 6 hostages were recovered from Gaza. The Israeli army has now also shared footage of the tunnel where they were held and later killed, leaving the families horrified.
We were horrified this week when we learned the abysmal, inhuman conditions our hostages who are held in the Hamas tunnels are enduring. What they are going through in captivity is unimaginable. They are dying, locked up in small, unventilated cells, in tunnels deep underground, with no air, malnourished, without seeing the light of day for 11 months.
Many protesters believe that Netanyahu is deliberately not reaching a deal because it will help him remain in power while the war lasts. The demonstrators have also warned the Prime Minister against escalating crossfire with Hezbollah in Lebanon without a Gaza ceasefire deal in place.
We demand our government first bring the hostages home. Escalating the fighting in the north without securing a hostage release deal is a death sentence. This deal sabotaging government is forsaking the hostages and abandoning them to die. Instead of bringing home the 101 hostages whom he abandoned, Netanyahu is ensuring we get another 101 MIA cases.
Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has said Israel is determined to restore security to its northern front, but the continued strikes suggest otherwise. Israeli army has released footage showing what it says are strikes on suspected Hezbollah weapons storage facilities at 2 locations in East Lebanon, as well as in 6 locations in the south. Thousands of people living in the border area of both the countries have been displaced by the conflict. Hezbollah's second-in-command, Naim Qassem, has issued a warning that an all-out war would displace many more, reminding that there will be large losses on both sides. Qassem said that if Israel thinks a war would allow 100,000 displaced people to return home, it should be prepared to deal with hundreds of thousands more displaced. Despite multiple warnings by Israeli citizens as well as militant groups, Israeli airstrikes have seen no pause in the Gaza Strip either. The latest of them hit central and southern Gaza overnight, killing at least 14 people. They followed airstrikes earlier this week that hit a tent camp and a United Nations school sheltering displaced people.